So to really start this off, we are live on the next episode of Stories from the Sidelines with the good homie AJ. I still can't pronounce your last name correctly, but AJS Media from Florida. Known you
Sostakowski.
for yeah. I throw a beer in his hand, and that's how as far as we can get. Uh, but yeah, dude, thanks for coming on. Like, super appreciative. Like, you have a really cool story to tell, and I feel like it's definitely much different than a lot of other paintball photographers and videographers that are currently been around or are around right now. But I mean, just started off, like, where are you from? Like, what field do you usually go shoot at?
Well, I'm from Tampa, Florida, so there's fields that are closer, especially now that give Alex Zudell a shootout over his field over at Tiki's that just opened up. So that's almost about the same drive as CFP, Central Florida Paintball, where I'm usually at, and I kind of realized that I've been playing there and taking video for like 10 years now. The time flew by.
Wow, Jesus.
Jeez, 10 years.
Actually, over that now because I did go there in high school, so more like 12.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like 10 years into playing or just paintball in general. Started after Cup 2009, so
I'm about 12 years into it.
Yeah.
I started in middle school in the woods when I was like 13 or 12 or 13, I think was the first time.
Yeah. My first time was the woods at Hot Shots.
Oh, shoot. Hot Shots, Florida?
Hot Shots in Florida.
Really?
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me?
Yep. When I really got into paintball, it was like after Cup 2009. But before that, for like Christmas week, the year or two before that, like I would go down with my dad because we'd be visiting family. We'd have like a free day. So we'd go to Hot Shots. And it ended up being a Sunday. And like Vipers would still be out there grinding it out at Hot Shots with their U-Haul trailer and stuff. And it was just like, that's how like I really
Dude, that's
got
crazy.
into it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I my first time was when I was at 10 years old, Ben's birthday party at Hot Shots Paintball. Hot Shots is my home field for the last 10 years.
I mean, I played down there for, when did I go? Went to college down there in 2010, and then I left in like 2013. So I played there for 3 years. Actually, then I went back for a little bit in 2014, 15, or 2015, and played again.
Gotcha.
So
Hot Shots raised a lot of ballers.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that's where I definitely got good at paintball. And it was hot, so it was like you're gonna learn fast and be done. And I think definitely the first 3-4 times that I played down there in college, I puked.
Oh, yeah.
I puke like almost every year. It was so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
Weren't you down here in the winter? You were lucky.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't the winter. It was like April.
Man, that's not even that bad. You should come down right now.
It's only 85 degrees when you're playing. Then it's not 90.
But the thing is, like, we would play, it would be like snowing 2 weeks before for our regional event. And then we'd come down and play. It's like 85 degrees and 100% humidity. It was just like, I was just in the snow shivering my ass off.
Yeah.
Find a sauna.
And then you guys would go to Florida for World Cup and you'd actually win because no other team in your area knew how to play in Florida heat. Well, should have taken advantage. AJ, come on now. You've traveled.
Yeah.
Florida heat is unlike any other heat because of that humidity.
Yeah, there's a reason why the Yankees have a practice stadium right across the street from the Bucs Stadium.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Better than the Florida Marlins. Or not Florida Marlins, Miami Marlins, sorry.
Yeah.
When they were Florida Marlins, they were good. When they became Miami Marlins, they shit the bed.
Yeah, very questionable as a team. But yeah, dude. I mean, you said that you've been playing for a while, you're taking pictures for a while. Were you a player first before you became a paintball photographer? Like,
definitely.
Were you into photography back then also, or?
Literally, yeah. Actually, it came around like the same time, but then I never really thought about doing paintball photography until I went to a speedball field, and I was like, this is a lot cooler than like me, my friends, and like their old dads just that are fat running around the woods. And
yeah,
like people should be capturing this. And then I would see old pictures back in the day when I was in high school, like Bay Pictures guys. Like I know Brad Baldwin was one of those guys. I want to say like Jack Palumbo.
The whole photo mob crew and stuff.
Yeah, a whole lot of guys that just like made paintball look so badass, and I was like, how can I also do that? Because when I played, I was like, I love this sport, and
When
you can
you
either I still play once in a while. It's expensive.
Yeah, he comes out for 10 man. He comes out for 10 man.
It's not the when you played part that got me. It's the you saying I love this sport part that got me. That's what really spoke to me when you said that.
Well, I mean, I have like a big heart for it. Like I have a love-hate relationship as well, though, because it's tough to like love something and want to make a living in it and it not exactly pay all the bills and stuff. But I don't know. I still enjoy it. So
if you're still in it, you like it to some degree. No one's in it. No one's really in it for the money. Like people are, but they'd be out by now if it was just a money thing.
No, exactly. I mean, I feel like that brings us to the next thing. Like you talk about this love-hate relationship. Like I know, and Sam knows. Like you retired for a little bit from paintball. Like you weren't coming out to events, you weren't playing, you weren't really shooting. If you were, it was like college nationals. And it's because like I hit you up like 4 months ahead of time. It was like, you got to come out. It's the only time I'm coming to Florida. Like I need to come see the boys. You better be in your green jumpsuit and like I'll throw you a beat, like whenever I see you. Which I did. I would. Sam, if you didn't know this, like AJ would be walking, talking to somebody else, and he'd hear me yell out, and a Yingling is already in the air, like on the way to him.
Yeah, you missed some of the greatest NCPAs, Sam.
And I'm really upset because I was gonna go to the one that like the last one, and I didn't get a chance to go, and now there's no more NCPA.
Oh man! Even at like Austin Tyndall, it's not like it was at CFP. At CFP, it was like,
oh my gosh, so rowdy.
That was more like a college game. If we can call it anything, like that's literally what it was like, a college football game of how rowdy people got. But if you could imagine like the players that were knocked out and pissed off getting drunk in the stands, counter coaching.
Oh, dude, like at that time, like the HK guys were still showing up to the event and stuff. Like there was beer pong. Like my friends beat the HK guys in beer pong to like get free gear from them.
Yeah,
like they were like, my pack broke. Like, but I don't have money because I'm in college. I'll play you in a game of beer pong for a pack, and then they won.
Sounds like the good old days.
Yeah, for real. I mean, it was a lot of fun back then. I mean, I was still playing back then too.
Like, I miss.
Actually, I got a text message from Sean Casey. Yes, shout out Sean Casey in Virginia. He's the one that actually won the pack against the HK guys. So shout him out. Had to give it to him.
Yeah, he deserves it. When I got into the tournament side of paintball, the old days were already gone. I've been playing for 10, 12 years, but 8 of them was woods ball. So
yeah, it's a lot of woods ball.
It's not. I got in like the first year of SPL. So it was very recently. Exactly. Don't. SPL is really good. SPL still isn't bad if you're a new player.
I've been seeing some good things online, but that's for.
I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it too. I've been highly involved with ripping the guy apart.
Oh man.
But
Cameron. We have Cameron in the chat.
Cameron,
hey AJ Edwards.
Oh, hey AJ.
At XL Media.
I've had some good times with those guys.
He kicks us out of the booth too much. I love him, but he kicks us out.
You got to go in at the right times and approach the right ways. Yeah. That's what I do, and I don't get kicked out.
When it gets busy inside of there, they want it to be just their guys and
that's fair.
Their jobs.
Fair. Yeah, they got a time that they got to do business, and then they got a time that they can goof off. Unfortunately, most of their time there is business. And
yeah, exactly. I mean, especially during like Sundays and stuff like that.
Yeah, when we were all hanging out with them in the pit.
Yeah, like the most important day is when you guys were all there.
It's okay. It's okay. We still love our friends.
It was a blast.
AJ, I'm sure a lot of people have kind of seen what you do, but not anyone really knows what you do it with. What kind of camera setup do you have as far as like mics, anything like that?
I have a Canon 7D Mark II with a Canon 70-200 2.8. It's an IS. I wanted to say it's like version 2, I think. And then all my wide angle stuff is a 10 millimeter Rockinon. It's a 2.8. Pretty much everything I have is 2.8 or less on the aperture, because especially like filming at night and stuff like that, if I'm with a team, I need that. Then I have a 24 millimeter and a 50 millimeter. and that's
the
a
Rokinon is manual focus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter because at that wide, it's everything's pretty much in focus regardless.
Sometimes because if you put it on, if it's at a 2.8 aperture, there's definitely a bit more of a depth of field. But yeah, that's the whole setup. I can't remember the exact tripod I have, but the thing is a tank.
Wait, I gotta ask you though. How did you get your camera into the UFC fight in Vegas?
I didn't. That's all iPhones.
Oh, is that iPhone? Is that all iPhone? Nice.
You put it in a backpack and just walk right in.
Oh, hell no, dude.
No, they checked everything.
Not a fly. Yeah, I know everything. Like that stuff's not going to work. And iPhones are pretty decent nowadays, but I mean, obviously, like you can't actually film paintball with them and zoom in and all that stuff.
Yeah,
sure you can.
You got that nice iPhone 11?
No. Whoever else on the team does, I tell them to do it and airdrop that. I got an iPhone that's cracked, but it works.
You're fully sponsored, though. Come on, man.
It doesn't mean he can. Doesn't mean he can just say. Life. Doesn't mean he can just say, "Hey, give me an iPhone 11." They're like, "Sounds like a plan."
Fair enough.
I wish.
Fair enough. I mean, going back to like in and out of paintball and stuff, like what made you like retire in the first place? Because I don't even know that. Like,
or like semi-retire.
Or like what made you semi-retire? Like you weren't going to events other than NCPA, which is basically a bunch of college kids getting together and drinking, and there's some paintball being played. But yeah, other than that, like whenever I was talking to you, like you weren't doing anything, you weren't playing, you weren't shooting or anything. Like why did that happen?
Well, basically, as y'all know, I guess actually now it's like the 5-year anniversary of when my friend Luke Venable passed away, and I was in a car accident with him. So I had to take a little time to heal from that. And then right before that was all my time with like Rack City Clutch and all those guys, where I became really good friends with them. And then after like I went through my kind of process of my back healing, I came back and I actually had a little bit of money and I wanted to start playing. And it was like this straight damage camp. And honestly, the vibe was not the same at all. Like if I wanted to play a point with who I had just played a bunch of points with previously on Rack City and stuff, where they were more than welcoming at the end of every practice, like, here's a pod, AJ, here's 2, here's 3, like play a couple points. It was not like that. So that kind of like, it just really put a bad taste in my mouth with it. And I was like, did I just like, what the fuck happened? I get that they have an organization and all this now, but like if there's an event in 5 weeks and there's not even a layout out and I can't play a couple points with my friends that I used to, like that was my whole thing of playing paintball. I want to come out and hang out with my friends. I don't want to like go and hang out with random people I don't know and stuff like that. Like that's why when I do stuff now, it's always NCPAs. Like it's a big reunion for me. I go to Wayne's World, the big scenario down here. I see people that I've known in the sport for 10 plus years. And it's like, I want paintball to be a giant reunion, just a giant good time. And like, I love when I go to, like, I've been to World Cup for the last 10 years and I don't go 5-10 minutes without seeing somebody I know. I love that. Like, and that whole just what's up, what's good. Like, and I felt like that was gone.
Yeah. So,
I completely agree with that.
That's the pros and the cons of getting more serious and especially being like attached to a pro team where like I could definitely see like from the pro guy's perspective, like if you're gonna be attached to this, like there's a certain I don't know if professionalism is the right word, but like there's just that certain
rule
vibe.
Set.
It's like
there's certain rule set.
Yeah, it's that certain standard of like this is how practices are being ran. Like this is we expect you to come and drill and do all this stuff. Like if you're gonna be a part of our organization, you're gonna reap some of the benefits and stuff because we are a pro team. But
yeah, I completely get AJ's side of it.
Though. Yeah,
like,
no, of course,
like, AJ. That's the only reason. Like when like I only play Wayne's World. That's the only event I play a year. I can't afford it. I hate it, but I love it because I get to see everybody I know. Like I don't hate it. Like, but what I hate is like going out there. Like I don't play all year, so I'm just fat, bloated. I go out there. I can't run. Like I can't do all that. I can run a mile in 8 minutes or 9 minutes, but I can't run more than 30 feet there without tripping or just. And
go on solo dolo missions. That's what I do. I always end up by myself, and then I've gotten used to that, and it's a good time.
Well, I don't do that. Sometimes I do, but that's why I like Wayne's World, because regardless of how bad it makes me feel to run and play and all that, my favorite part is at the end of the day, we're all at the campfire, we're all telling stories, we're all laughing, we're all drinking, we're all eating. And that's just a huge family reunion. I love that. That's the biggest reason I want to play Wayne's World every single year. I go to World Cup, same thing. I go there to film, but I go there because I can see my friends.
Yeah. And to me, paintball is like you spend so much time with these people, like every weekend going up to events, then you spend a whole week or a short weekend with them. And it's like it becomes a family like atmosphere. So when you kind of come back to that after something like my accident, and it's kind of just like, nah, it's kind of like, hope y'all really don't expect me to also come out here with a camera again. Like,
yeah,
I'm going to go do my thing. I'm still going to play Wayne's World. And like, I know where I can play and where I can't play now, I guess. Like,
fair enough.
But I mean, I still was always down for NCPAs because there was never not money in it, and it was still a giant reunion.
Yeah.
But as far as like going out there and just taking pictures and stuff, it's also like you get to a point where you grow up and you can't put like, I guess what is it? I think it's like 40 miles to CFP, so 80 miles a weekend on my car. Mm-hmm. If it's a 2-day, like double that, just to go out there and take pictures of people, and then it's like
free pictures, mind you. Not very many people pay for practice photos.
Yeah. So it gets to like, I'm an adult and it's like, I can't pay my bills doing stuff like that for free. I got to allocate more time to doing other stuff. Cause everything I've always done has been kind of like on this artist thing of let me try and make shirts. Let me do this. Let me do that, like on my own, and try and see if I can have like a friend base that kind of supports me. And ultimately, I don't know, you get your hopes up.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean it's definitely tough for sure. I mean, I drive up to Battle Creek. It's probably like about 40 or 50 miles away. I mean, I just moved, so now it's shorter. But like where I used to be, there used to be a place called Longwood Paintball that was around the corner from me. But like I go up to Battle Creek because all my friends are there. Like I go hang out. Like I go up, I take pictures. Like I'll maybe take 1,000 pictures. Like maybe 1,500 pictures.
Hanging out.
Yeah. For anybody that doesn't do paintball media, that's not shit.
Yeah.
That's like
that's a few
like
points.
4 points, maybe 5.
But I think my thing with that is people always expect you to edit them and stuff. I have pictures on here from like weeks ago that I still haven't done anything with because I have work and stuff, and it's not paid. So why would I edit them when I have stuff that is paid? And I mean, eventually I'll get to them, but like, you know, what's at this point right now, I'm not getting paid for it. That was for fun. It's practice for me too. Like it's practice for them, but I like I'm still trying to keep myself up, especially after everything that's going on. I need to relearn how to do everything again. So, and I really hope that Tiki's blows up as far as speedball goes. I know they're planning on adding a speedball field there and stuff.
Oh yeah, I think they
because
will.
Because
is that going to be turf or is it going to be grass?
I don't know. I think it's gonna be grass. I assume it's gonna be grass.
It's gonna be grass. I mean, grass grows like if you keep up with grass, it grows great here in Florida. Like there's no question.
That's good. That's a good point. I just feel like you're gonna tear it up like what happened at CFP, and it just turns into just like
you just have to take care of it. And if Alex and Tiki's do the right thing, which I'm sure they will, it'll be good for a very long time. If they relocate it and stuff, it'll allow it to keep growing and all that.
Yeah, I was about to say it'll probably cycle the fields.
Yeah. I really do hope though that gets the speedball field and people start going there, only because it's 15 minutes from my house.
Oh, must be nice.
Nice. It is because the next field is CFP, which is 40 minutes from my house. So
yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, like it was pretty nice when Rack City was practicing at Blitzkrieg back in the day because that's like 15-20 minutes from my place. Yeah. And I don't even have to get on the highway.
Yeah, you can make it every weekend. Like it's easy.
RIP Rack City.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Jersey, no big deal.
I mean, some of those boys are still playing. Yeah, I never got a jersey from that time frame.
Yeah, I got lucky.
There's even that jersey with 2 of my fucking logos on it, and I don't have one.
I have 2 teams that have my logos. I have 2 teams with my logos on it, and I don't have a jersey from either one of them.
Yeah, those were like my boys.
Yeah. Dude, just talk to Pena. He'll probably give you a jersey. Maybe.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
Yes.
literally, I'm not. As I said once again, even on Facebook, I didn't post it. I'm not saying whose it is.
I don't
But,
even
like,
know if Pena still has his. He loses so much.
all I did was message someone and say, "Hey, I'll pay for a jersey. Tell me how much." And they had a jersey for a spare one. They had 3 jerseys. Gave me one of them.
I have a hard time wanting to fork up a good amount of money for one.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is
Sam
they're your
forked up
boys.
good
So
money.
they're your boys. So you're not gonna want to fork out that kind of money.
It's not only that. I'm like, I was there. Y'all got so much free media.
Yeah, you were there. I
just hook it up with a jersey. Jesus.
And then again, the very first run that got printed, I should have gotten one included, but unfortunately, I was not included in that for some reason.
It happens.
Yep.
It's all right.
All right, let's we can go back on topic actually. Speaking of that, have you shot for any companies before, AJ?
I've done stuff for Exalt before. Like I've done actually some of their product shots. That you probably have seen them on their website.
Mm-hmm.
Did their tactical gloves. I also did their socks. That was really fucking weird to shoot. Just awkward like positioning and stuff like that, and trying to get good angles and stuff like that. Yeah, socks are an odd thing, but it was really cool because I got to go to their warehouse that they had here in Florida, and they had a full backdrop,
nice
studio flash lighting and all that stuff. So it was really dope to get to use that. And
was it more fun? I guess I don't know. Did you enjoy it a bit more than doing stuff for teams? Like, was it whether it was higher paying or just a different vibe?
Also, you've done like event recaps, right? I'm pretty sure I've seen it before.
Oh yeah. They did their it's like I was like the first or second combine that they did here in Florida. I did kind of like an Exalt, I guess, based video. I don't even know. It was only like a minute long, and then they turned it into like a giveaway where they had people share and stuff. And I'm actually pretty sure that's still like the second most viewed video on their Facebook.
Nice.
It's a win. That's a win.
Yeah.
We got some more comments in the chat. Matt Angle says, "What's up?" Same thing with Brent Pizzo.
Shout out to Brent for my flex foam. I still need to put them on my frames.
Oh, that's clutch. Getting some flex foam is clutch. And our
OG stuff too.
Oh, that's tough to come by.
He hooked me up, man.
Yeah,
thank you, Brent. He's a great ref, so look out for Brent.
Yeah. And Hosky. Shout him out. AJ only drinks sours, no more water.
Yep, thank you.
That's a fact.
Yeah, shout out. Thanks to Ryan. Now that we are on, I got the extra tight koozie here.
Oh, is it a top shelf koozie?
Next one. No, unfortunately, I don't know if those exist, Ryan. We need to get on that.
Yeah. Ryan, get some top shelf koozies. I need some top shelf gear in my life. Okay.
So,
Electric Pegasus.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, this is when I ended the podcast.
We need that Hidden Springs sponsor.
Well, we'll try to get them on for next time. But yeah, dude. I mean, you've done work for Exalt. You've kind of been on both sides, teams, companies. I mean, is it easier to work for companies than teams? Like, how does that dynamic work? I mean, like, we talked to Stretch, who does a lot of stuff for HK, but like,
it was super easy to work with Exalt because I just knew those guys, and it was like my schedule was super open and stuff like that. And I had done actual work in their warehouse and stuff before. Like, if anybody bought Hater Lube or Vitamin O 2-3 years ago, I probably filled it.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably filled like 1,000 of each of those. It was insane.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was interesting. But I got to see like how that stuff was mixed up and whatnot, and that was pretty cool. Filling all that stuff wasn't fun though.
I believe you're the reason that was always leaking when it came in the bag.
Maybe.
That's why HE doesn't work for them anymore.
I mean, I bagged them. So there you go, double false at work.
There you go.
Oh man, but I would just like it was really cool though, because like basically I was going through some times where I needed some extra money and stuff, and I would just hit them up like, hey, by any chance can I come work at the warehouse for like a few hours for the next 2 days or something like that, and I would find somewhere to crash in Orlando or whatever, and worked there, and they would kind of just gave me a little opportunity, and it was cool. But I'd much rather shoot teams, just because there's a lot more heart, a lot more emotion. Like, product shots are product shots. It's just kind of like 1, 2, 3, here it is. But I never shot too much aside from that combine video for them of actual paintball. So It was that, and then like I think at one CFPS, I did like kind of a focus on their products, like tank covers, their barrel made, stuff like that.
Oh,
gotcha.
I can't imagine that'd be easy either, with how fast everyone's moving in paintball.
Well, actually, when you can just focus on something like that, like it's pretty simple to see. Like, okay, this guy just shot soup. Let's see what's the little logo like bending over in his squeegee pocket. And I just zoom in on my camera because I'm blind as hell without my glasses. And I'm like, all right, that's Exalt. Boom, boom. Get these shots. But if I'm shooting a team that booked me and I'm trying to get those shots, that can be a pain. So being able to focus on one thing at a time is ideal, which is kind of why I love what I do now with just the killers. Makes my life so much easier shooting one team and that being the central focus of everything.
Yeah,
and
I mean, how
like the best content I think of them.
Definitely. Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, like we tried to get you. I tried to get you in the house for at least Vegas, if not World Cup. Because like definitely if I'm coming to Florida or like you're gonna be in it, I definitely want you there because we're homies. But how did you get hooked up with the killers? And like you're the only person that I know is like fully this quote unquote fully sponsored videographer from end to end.
Paid, flights, hotel, everything covered.
The whole nine, everything colored. My man holds out his hand and then magically a beer appears. So how do I?
Well, the beers actually just came from other people. Because on some real shit, on Sunday, like after what they won, I think it was their last match right before the finals. This random guy on the other side of the netting that was watching the game, like asked one of the refs first. He's like, "Ref, you want a beer?" And the ref's like, no, I can't. I'm not really allowed to do that. and then he says, "Cameraman, you want a beer?" Hell yeah!
I'm allowed.
So I can't control if strangers want to give me beer. Like
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So I mean,
the refs are working, but so are you. But you're.
I don't know how you do it. Like, yeah. So like, how did this come about? Like, how did you get hooked up? Because I see they like. I'm assuming now you shoot like all the top shelf stuff for Ryan and whatnot.
Just working on it
because you have that relationship.
Yeah.
So I mean, it blossomed into something more than just making the killer series.
Yeah, definitely. And we're kind of planting seeds in little areas and seeing where it goes. And it's kind of like a long-term plan, just with the whole media and stuff like that. Because also when I first started in paintball, like Instagram wasn't really around, and it wasn't, or I guess it was, but it was on my way out, I guess, of like really doing paintball media. And when it first started, it was nowhere near as popular as it is today. So all I really had back then was like Facebook and YouTube. So that was tough.
Yeah.
And now we have so much more that we can build on.
Different outlets.
Yeah, and it's been growing exponentially since we started back in September. But basically, one of the guys on the Killers, my buddy Elwood, shout out to him. He's my boy. Hopefully his back and shoulder get fixed here soon so he can start playing again. No, he's been out there. But yeah, he's got some physical stuff. Big shit. Some of the Killers do. They're on the older side. So I was chilling with him one day, and then we ended up linking up with Ryan, and then Ryan and I just started chilling. And I showed him some of my old paintball videos because every time I'm at his place and stuff, he's always got paintball stuff on, whether it's an old video, raw footage that I filmed, or even like that Vegas episode. Like he's always showing that to people and stuff like that. So he's definitely wanting paintball to grow. So I think through my videos, he saw the heart that I had for it. Through that, I saw the heart that he had for it. And then I went into practice, and that was it. So I guess he liked the quality of it. And then we started talking about how we could build it and build the YouTube, build the Instagram, and try and make the Killers into basically a brand name in paintball if possible, or at least like a staple in the game. And
yeah, I mean, they won Vegas. You know what I mean? Like if Corona
technically they're the series champs right now.
Yeah, they are the series champs
in D2.
Yeah,
So there's going to be two
they're
teams that go.
They're the Ironman of D2.
Who won semi-pro? See,
Tauntauns.
good question. Tauntauns? No, Camp Factory.
Camp Factory. It's the Tauntauns.
So this is gonna be the year of bragging rights, because any team that won Vegas is gonna be the only team in paintball history to win the series with one event under their belt. Every single team that won
every
Vegas.
team should have been there.
Every team should shut up.
Yep, should have showed up.
It's unfortunate, but at the same time, it's kind of awesome, because that's like, as also now that I'm thinking about it, the episode that I did of Vegas with them, I don't really know if there's any other like long episodes like that from Vegas, kind of showing it.
Probably not. I think Cena was doing some stuff with Impact Series again, so there might be a long episode of that.
Maybe.
But I don't know for sure.
Right.
If it is, it's on Go Sports. It's not on like YouTube. So,
well, I'm too proud for that.
Dude,
so
you got to pay to get the content. Okay,
exactly.
Not everybody is fully sponsored.
Yeah,
okay?
see, some people have to make money their other ways.
Me too. That's why I sell stuff on eBay.
So on to like the next thing we want to talk to you about. A lot of photographers, videographers, everything, is underpaid in general. Just for what we're doing out there, our gear, how much it costs and everything, we're not getting paid enough. Why do you think like that happens? Do you think it's like they're charging too low prices, or like what do you feel is the reason why we can't make a solid, not a living because it's so short, but a solid amount of anything?
And before you even answer, just to put it in context for people that think that photographers are expensive in paintball, wedding photographers and such are like $5 or $6 just for a photographer, not even for video.
Oh,
for a few hours.
I'll
They're
put
for like
this in
5
perspective
hours
as well.
Yeah, like we are severely underpaid. Don't get me wrong, I love doing it, but there is there's a huge pay gap.
If anything of mine breaks at an event, I probably won't be able to cover it with the money I got from that event.
Yeah, no, not even close.
Yeah,
I think there's like a handful of people that can do that.
Yeah.
Like here's an example. I do real estate photography as well, and I get paid from this one guy that hires me consistently, $120 a house. The most I think I've had to drive is like maybe 30 minutes. It takes me maybe a half hour in and out of the house, 40 minutes max if it's a bigger house. So give or take a couple hours, like give or take 30 minutes. I go home, edit for a few hours, and that's way easier than getting shot up and standing in the sun and having thousands of pictures to go through, rather than like ones that I stood there and made sure, all right, this is perfect. This is going to be the one. I don't have to go through and be like, this is a good one. This is a good one. It's just done. Like,
yeah.
And
for $140, you probably have like maybe 6 hours worth of work.
If that. Yeah. So it's nice.
That's
then you go to paintball and people are like, whoa, $120 to shoot us all day long from 9 a.m. to when we possibly might win at the end? No, you're crazy. Like, oh my God.
We'll go with this guy, and then at the end of the day, we're gonna say, did you have any photos of us because his are bad?
That has happened before.
That's my favorite thing. I'm not gonna, no names, no prices, because I don't want anyone to think I'm specifically calling them out. But if you're charging a quarter of what everyone else is charging, the team's not booking you because of your skills.
Yeah, it's probably because you're getting like they're undercutting and stuff like that, and that is kind of an issue that I ran into because there was a price that I set for myself that I personally wanted, where I was like, this is what I want, because I also upgraded all my camera stuff at a point, and I'm like, this is what I want to get paid. I've been in this game for so long, and I just upgraded all my stuff. I think I'm at a point that I deserve to get paid this, but I also shot paintball for free for a while, so I guess that's the other kind of thing. Like, there's always going to be somebody getting into the game shooting it for free, but they're never going to be the same quality as somebody that's been in there for a while. So it's like there's got to be like a balance, I think. And paintballers tend to like not, I don't know, realize or look at some of the quality that really matters with photos.
Well, a lot of people, especially at practice, they just see a photo of them and it's a sick photo.
Yeah, but they're not like I remember I got this one dive shot of a kid at an NCPA years and years ago. I'm pretty damn sure I shot Rob at the same one because it was one at CFP, and it's just perfect. Like him Supermaning, but all you see is like the gun and straight up like that, and then his body's just like floating and dirt behind him. And that's probably one of my favorite snake shots that I have ever gotten. And like, I'm sorry, but someone that just got into this is not going to get that shot. Like, I know how players move from watching their styles and stuff like that, and it's something that I just absorbed like a sponge watching paintball for so many years. And people, like, that's a compliment I've got from Ryan, that he says, like, I'm about to make a move and the camera's already panning to where I'm going. Like, so
gotta be prepared, especially.
And also with that, like with following one team like the Killers, I get to really know their movements and stuff. So over time, I get to capture that exact team the best possible way that they can be captured. And
yeah, I feel like a lot of people, like, they don't understand, like, trying to figure out where players are going to be on a field and like how they're going to move. Like, it's tough. Like, it's not easy, because we have those split seconds, just like any other player on the field, to like try to shoot somebody. Like, we have to try to capture that moment, but instead of trying to shoot somebody and hit them, I need to make sure that I'm in focus. Am I in focus? Are my settings right? Is it overexposed? Is it underexposed? You know what I mean? Is everything in frame? I mean, when you're a photographer and stuff, like when you just chop off the smallest piece of like a footage, just like, this would have been a perfect picture. Everything was just like slightly moved over.
Moved
over.
No,
and it's the worst.
I have my favorite ruined out of focus pictures, how I'm gonna phrase it. Is of a kid a long time ago where he has I don't even know how to really explain it. He's got one hand on the ground, but you can only see just like one finger touching, and he's making a move, like kind of pushing, but he's out of focus. I'm like, in the grasses, and I'm like,
it's the worst.
Now, I will say, with as far as like getting to know the team and stuff, I know I've done it with AJ, and I think I've done it with you, Rob, or I'm sure you've done it with somebody else. But like a lot of photographers, they don't talk to the other photographers. I've gone up to AJ and said, "What do you think? Do you think he's going snake one, or do you think he's going to go to the corner?" And then we just talk about that before the point goes. And then, you know, if he thinks he's going to go corner and I think he's going to go snake one, we'll go to separate places, because that's where we think they're going to go. But we talk about it. He knows his teams better than I know his team. So if he's seen that guy go to the corner all day, I might just be trying to go for a good shot, especially if they're not my hired team. I'm just going for a good shot. So I'm hoping they go to snake, but he knows where they're going. Yeah. So that's something that a lot of photographers don't do, is communicate, but a lot of them know what's been going on for the most part all day. Teams aren't going to go to snake one if it's not working for anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, I'll also ask players straight up.
I do it all the time. I do it all the time. I'll walk in a huddle. I'll walk in a huddle 100% and be like, "Yo, who's going far?"
Yeah, I haven't. No one's gotten mad at me for it yet. So
no, why would they get mad? You're capturing them. They want the best possible quality they can get.
Exactly. 100%. That's how I got some of the best pictures of Rack City, like especially CeeLo's diving into the snake. I have countless pictures of him doing that. It's insane.
When you're the team photographer or videographer, you're a part of the team for that event. They will let you do whatever you want because you are a part of that team.
Yeah. Well, also being a part of the team, like for the guys in Vegas, every day after they played, I went back home. Like once we got back to the Airbnb, I took all the raw footage, put it all together, exported it. I was like, bam, here you go, watch it. Like that night. Yeah, so they could learn and basically break down what they did good, what they did bad and stuff like that. Because I guess that brings me back to like the whole, I guess, quote unquote, fully sponsored thing. Like I can't afford to like do all this stuff like as much as I'd love to, but it's like I'm providing a product at the same time, and I'm providing something that helps them get better and something that other teams don't necessarily have. Like I don't know any other teams necessarily that have a videographer that follows them around the whole time and has all that raw footage to watch at the end of every day and break down. Like maybe the pros, because they can go on Go Sports and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, and they have like no idea how lucky they are that they get to do that, because divisional teams are kind of sitting there, like, especially teams that are like lower divisions, like D4, stuff like that, because they still have adrenaline going. They probably remember things a little bit fuzzy. I remember, like, I mean, hell, I'm ranked like D5, but if APPA did practices, I don't think it'd be D5.
Practice All-Star.
Practice All-Star.
I mean, I practiced with Fierce back in the day when they were winning Cup. Like when I was in high school, that's where I started. And that was pretty much like I got thrown into whatever. So it was pretty much like you're going to get good fast or you're going to get lit the fuck up. And it was 15 balls a second back then.
That's
so
true.
Yeah, I got ripped the fuck up real fast. And then when I went to college, boom, it was the Vipers back when they were like winning in D3 and stuff like that. And I had friends on the team and it was
gotta
like,
get good.
Yeah,
gotta get good, kid.
If you want to play, you got to be good.
But before we keep going, I'm gonna check in the comments here. Brent Pizzo saying a lot. Going all the way back to like the weddings and everything. So much. He wants to be on here. So
yeah,
you should, man. He's been a ref for years.
Yeah, we'll bring him on in due time. We got a list of people that we want to bring on. Kind of spread it out across the country so all the regions get represented somewhat equally.
Mm-hmm. Can't help it that Florida and California are super concentrated, man.
yeah, it is. It really is. Michael Moore is just in here just to hear AJ laugh. So.
Hey, Mike.
There it is.
No yings at the moment, bud.
But yeah, I mean, so like now you're shooting the Killers. You're doing the one man army for them. I mean, and you're putting out great stuff. I watched the Vegas episode. I thought it was really well done.
I don't watch anything.
Thank you.
Sam just
sucks, Sam.
Stuff. Yeah, he's horrible.
Do you watch my stuff?
Yes.
It's a gift. Yeah. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to AJ.
Yeah, sometimes your minute stuff is a little shaky though.
Sometimes. Well, a lot of the TikTok stuff is handheld because I don't want to set up for TikTok.
Get a monopod or something, man. If you're gonna be that lazy, shit.
Listen. I don't edit anything for TikTok. Nothing. So I'm just like that. Like,
all right,
I'll lay on the ground and I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you a little secret, bud. Same thing like the girls with the sausage stuff. You put it like this, between the knees. Hacks.
I'll sometimes put it on the ground and use the ground as leverage, so I can do that. But it's still shakier than if I just use my tripod.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. But
watch AJ's stuff.
Yeah, go watch AJ's stuff. The whole Killers episodes, they're good. I'm a fan of it. I mean, dude, like you posted just all the raw footage from Vegas. Like I think it was like just all their matches.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It was like what, like 2
first
hours
match to finals. Yeah.
It's like 2 hours worth of fucking footage. It was intense.
Yep. It was the same thing for the MVPS with them as well.
Yeah. No, I watched it. It was a lot.
You watched 2 hours?
Yeah.
Oh,
I put it on while I was working.
Oh, okay. Let's say because like I watch his stuff, but like when it gets over like the 30 or 40 minute mark, it gets to a point where I'm like, I have to do other things.
Oh,
and I'm not working.
I don't even watch the raw stuff that much.
Just puts it all together and
I'm like,
export, upload. I'm done.
I take out some of the shakier parts, stuff like that, and then I know if there's like a crazy part that happened, like this past weekend. Shit. You guys, it's great. One of the guys, you guys probably saw it when I posted it on my original Gentleman Instagram, diving over the snake beam, shooting another guy that was laying down.
Yeah.
And that's something you'll actually watch, but everything else.
Yeah. So that'll be in there and stuff. And I edited that, slowed it down and whatnot. But yeah, like for the most part, if I spent like that amount of time, it would take too long to get those edits out. Cause
oh no, of course.
That Vegas footage I got out like the week after Vegas.
Yeah, it was super quick. I think Quitman beat you by like a day.
That's all good.
And that's like his job.
Yeah, like full-time job.
Like his full-time job. I remember last year for the Chicago edit, I think he beat me by like 2 days, and I was like, God damn. I mean, I also work like a 9 to 5, 9 to 6 or whatever. He goes like, you got very close. I was like, I should not be getting this close to you.
Well, you gotta think he definitely has more to cover. Because like you have your kinetic teams, but there's way more HQ Army teams, and he has to cover like every single one of them. Like he'll literally come up to me,
and his videos are like twice as long.
Yeah, and he'll come up to me and he'll be like, I have this team, and this team I need to go get right now, and they're all playing at the same time. Gotta go, see you later, and he's gone.
That doesn't sound like fun.
No,
I mean, but it's his job, and he wouldn't
It pays
be
the
doing it if
bills.
he didn't like it.
It pays the real bills.
Yeah,
If he didn't like it, he wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah,
very true.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
But yeah, let's see where we are in these list of questions. But what do you? Yeah, so I mean, kind of going back to photographers being underpaid. I mean, we kind of touched on it, but like, why do you think this is being happened? Like, I feel we went off a tangent, just like wedding photographers and everything, but we never
Paintball's
really
not a cheap sport. That's like you're already coming to this, like, let's say even like you go to a practice, you're already spending like 50, $60. If you're lucky, you're spending like 30, 40 if you're with like a solid organization that really hooks it up.
and that's just paint. That's not even gas to get there.
Yeah.
Coolers filled with water, snacks.
Yeah, because if you're not hydrated out there, you don't have a proper breakfast. Like you're gonna exhaust yourself, and you're not gonna last like half the day.
yeah,
And especially in the Florida heat, like it's not fun. So it's a lot of traveling as well. Like CFP is about 40, 45 minutes from me. And I think it's just the sport's expensive, and a lot of people love paintball so much that they go broke playing it.
mm-hmm.
So it's like at the end of the day, they don't have the money to afford a photographer, so they really just haggle for whatever they can get and stuff. But then you meet people that come into paintball and they are well off, because paintball truly is a luxury sport, as some people have phrased it for years now.
Yeah.
And
or you can get paid in exposure bucks.
Oh god, I mean, I guess I tried that when I was younger, and then look, it didn't really work out.
So you paid enough in exposure books. You should have taken the higher paying exposure. That was your problem, is you always took the lower paying exposure.
Yeah.
What does it even mean?
Well, when someone offers you 10 exposures and you took 5, that's your fault.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. Actually, Sam, what is it? Sam, it's Matt that has a line that can hook you up with Striker the cat on Instagram.
So no names, but this guy wanted he wanted $10 for a clip of this guy. Guy didn't want to give him the clip. Guy didn't want to pay him $10. He said, "Can you just give it to me? I wanted to post it on my Instagram that I run called Striker the Cat." He doesn't run that Instagram. It has 136,000 followers. It has nothing to do with paintball. It's just a cat. For some reason, he thought that he was going to get away with telling him, "I want to post it on this page that had never had anything to do with paintball." All of a sudden, going to have just a random clip of him playing paintball on it. $10 was how much the clip cost. It wasn't $100. It was $10. $10 what this guy had a week of haggling with Matt for, when Matt just said, "Just give me $10."
Oh my god. It was the best thing I've ever saw. And we saw the whole text like conversation going back and forth. It was truly amazing. Going back to the comments though.
I don't even.
Michael Moore say beer burgers, more beer. Media is for exposure bucks. Gary is the true OG here. Matt says that exposure bucks pay for everything. Gary's actually lurking in the comments. Shout out Gary Baum, godfather of paintball photography.
Exposure bucks definitely got these.
Yeah.
Thank
you for doing everything that you do. and Matt commenting about that freaking guy. Oh my god, dude!
One day I want to have Matt come on here and just like
come on,
block the name out, but we have the screenshot so we can just go over and analyze everthing that happens.
just black him out and say you're here is unknown, so he can actually say things.
It'll be like an episode of Drugs Inc. with a modulated voice.
Yeah, shadows. They're just like a nice little background silhouette.
But it says in the title, "with soulless photography."
And Excel exposed.
Oh my gosh.
Insider edition Excel.
Oh my god,
great.
That's amazing.
The WikiLeaks of Excel.
We have a few more questions. Nothing crazy here.
Yeah, nothing crazy. I mean,
once again, feel free to go on a tangent anytime you want, man.
Of course.
Especially not drunk enough to do it right now.
Yeah,
I
more sours.
don't really have a whole lot of tangents to go on. I like
I-
what's going on in paintball with the Killers right now. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
there's-
mean, we're not asking specific questions because we're
Yeah.
not going to do that right
Oh.
now. That's for afterwards.
we definitely know you have some things you'd like to say, but you know you're not going to on air.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have
there's
some stories, man.
Yeah, and then there's some topics and stuff. But
Mhm,
some things I'm pretty open about, but other things that I've definitely said, let's keep that off there. Let's keep that off.
Yeah, we're not going to bring up any of that. It's all.
But in person, you can definitely bring up my paintball conspiracies.
Paintball
Yeah, I mean, throw on the shades, and then it's full conspiracy.
No one's told me I'm wrong. Everyone's face goes.
It's
Maybe.
you just say something. You gotta say something completely outlandish, but because no one said no, there's a chance, and that's what's important is the chance.
Really.
Yeah.
Chris Shivers in the chat wants to know what it's like to be fully sponsored videographer. We went over it.
But watch the entire thing.
Watch the whole thing once it gets posted, dude.
I mean,
it's not a financially sustainable avenue. This is him being fully sponsored for events. This is not his full-time gig.
Yeah.
Be nice if it was.
I wish, yeah. That would be amazing. But hopefully that the YouTube channel and everything grows to a point to where people want to buy killer stuff and whatnot, and all kind of becomes a thing that helps me get a little more funds, helps the team get more funds, and works out for everybody. That's the goal.
Yeah.
I like that.
Definitely helps that Killers is a good team. They're not some nobodies. They're
I mean,
Killers.
I wouldn't be doing
D2
it with
champs.
anybody that sucked, because that was another thing that I hated about kind of old paintball tournaments and stuff. Like, I loved it when I get hired by D5 people because it was super easy to shoot. But man, did it suck getting shot, and just it was so boring to shoot. Like, nothing. I'm like, all right, same bunker every time, like shooting out of the bunker, like not even kneeling down. Like now when I have a team that's exciting to shoot, they make big moves. They actually like run down the field. People are getting bunkered and stuff like that. Like, it is fun to watch. And it's also some guys that I've watched play and recorded for years. Like, I've known a few of those guys for the longest time, but I think the one that I've probably recorded and shot pictures of the most over the years is Chris Horn on the Dorito side. And he's like one of the most humble like killers out there. And for years, I've always told myself, like, if I ever put together like a paintball dream team, that motherfucker's on it. Yeah. So I love watching him play.
All right. I like it.
So now that I get to get paid behind a camera to do it,
it's nice.
It's more fun. It's enjoyable.
It's not bad. That's not bad.
One more question. I know we have a few more, but one I want to talk. So a lot of photographers, like, their end goal is they're on the pro field. That's just it. You don't care about that.
No, I mean, I did it a while ago. Like, shout out to Cena taking a chance on me back in the day, and I got to film a couple of the really early Impact series and take some photos and stuff like that, and meet some of the pro guys and stuff. And it was all really cool, and some of it wasn't cool. And,
like, has like the novelty kind of worn off for you? Like, if you went to do it, it's fun, but it's not your goal.
Is it a novelty? Like, like,
it was cool. Like, because as a kid, when I first started out, like, I'm like 14 years old. I got my first DSLR, or 15, I think, when I got it. And like starting out at CFP, watching kids on divisional teams practice, and then seeing pro teams out there and stuff, and then going to World Cups back when I was in college and stuff. Like, ultimately, it's like, damn, like, that's the goal. And then I did it, and I was like, all right, this is awesome. Now I want to see my boys out here too. Like, that's more so it. Like, I want it to mean more, like, emotionally and stuff like that. Like, to me, I don't like going into anything half-ass or like not full heart or anything like that, especially paintball. Which kind of reminds me, like, I've been watching the Last Dance series now that Netflix put it on there. I saw bits and pieces of it before, and like, Michael Jordan just loved basketball. Like, he had the purest heart for it. It didn't matter like who he pissed off, like, or who he made happy or whatever. He wanted to win, and just, he loved the game no matter what. And like, I don't know if I got the heart that man has, but I love paintball, and I just want to see it become more. And like if I can feel like I'm a part of that team that's winning, that to me means a lot more than just shooting a bunch of people I don't know who they are.
Yeah, that's
so
fair. That's really
like
fair.
Vegas was a fucking movie. That's how I'm gonna phrase it.
I just want to throw out. I really like the way Rob's knee looks.
Thank you. Sorry, our stream is kind of cutting in and out. Don't know why.
Oh, it might be because it's long, like an hour, I think.
Yeah.
Feel free to like cut it off and start it up again. Like I'm still recording, so it'd still be good.
Yeah, that's true. No, I think we're okay. I think it came back to life. We're okay.
Stabilized. Awesome.
It's stabilized.
But yeah, as I figured, I enjoy shooting on the pro field when I get the opportunity. I've kind of at this point in time, I've been there 5 events now ish. So I've kind of got to know some of the guys on the teams that I've been shooting. So it is really cool. I still get happy when I see like a pro player follow me on Instagram or like a company follow me on Instagram because I'm gonna say it, I'm a life whore. I'm an Instagram. I'm a whore on all my social media. If I see somebody like a big company share my picture or someone follow me that is like bigger in paintball, like I'm definitely an Instagram whore. The followers, everything, it motivates me to keep going. So, the longer I'm on the pro field, the more I can prove myself that I deserve to be there. Because I'll be honest, like I thought I did decent last year, but there's still too many amazing photographers on that pro field, and I still felt like I did not belong on that field. And I still feel like I do not belong on that field. Like shout out to everybody that's given me a shot to be on that field because it just is not. I mean, I feel like I can kind of hang, but I'm going out there with Stretch. I'm going out there with Aztec. I'm going out there with Nina. I'm going out there with David Mullis with just all these like fantastic photographers, and then there's me like holding my fucking camera. Like, all right, let's go. Let's do
felt this. When I shot when I was doing the Impact series initially with Cena the first time.
Yeah, especially with Cena.
My camera sucks, like compared to his and everything, and I'm like, what do I?
Like you chose the wrong man.
Yeah, but then again, like there were some good shots and stuff I got. Like there was actually a photo I got that Raza ended up using for an advertisement. So it all kind of panned out and stuff like that.
It's nice seeing that like that you got something that they used.
Yeah,
that's I mean they could bring you on and you could film 40 hours worth of footage and they might not use a single bit of it because it's all trash. So for them to see them actually use some of it, it shows that their faith in you wasn't misplaced.
Yeah,
that's true. But it also shows that their faith in you isn't misplaced, or actually it is misplaced.
Getting fully sponsored.
No, is when they use your picture, they don't credit you.
I mean, like if damn page gets tagged in so many comments, and it happens on numerous occasions, it's just like, dog. The watermark is right there. This is the 3rd time.
I think my favorite thing is when I see them credit the team, not the photographer. But it's like there's no way in hell this team took this photo when they don't have a photographer on the team.
Yeah. I mean, shit, that actually happened with a recent Killers video. Someone screen recorded where off the break, one of the guys pulls up and shoots and skims like one of the other guy's hair, and you see it go poof. And this guy takes that clip and then shares it on Facebook, and it gets like 3, 4, 5,000 views or whatever, and doesn't tag the page or any of that. And I'm like, all right, time to be a dick. Yep. So I go comment on there. I'm like, why don't you basically like just give credit to where you got this from?
Yeah,
like,
you already stole the content.
Videographer, instead of trying to make yourself look like some cool guy that maybe was that guy on the paintball field.
Yeah, you already stole the content. So at this point, just give credit to the person you're stealing it from.
Yeah, like the views are going to happen no matter what. Just add the fucking comment. Like,
or they add it in, like they'll take a picture, post it, and then like add it in like 3 days later or something when all the likes that they're going to get are already on that post and you're not going to get any recognition from it. I understand if they don't know who took it, but like they took, in your case, they ripped it straight from the Killers YouTube, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So they know it's the Killers. They can
you can see the Killers logo in it.
You can see the Killers logo. They can just put it on there. Like, it's not hard at all to.
Hey
just
man,
add
can
it.
I copy your homework? I swear I'll change just a little
just
bit.
change it just a little bit.
Yeah, from 1080 to 720.
Oh my god!
All right.
That's amazing.
So as far as I'm aware, we're on our last question, and this is kind of Rob's signature question, so I'm gonna let him ask it.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about like the obeybpictures.net thing. Like, you're on the podcast coming out of the media gang. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, Sam and I, when Sam came to me about the house for Cup, like, it felt like a good idea, and it was. And after that, kind of like after Vegas, before Vegas, after Vegas, like the whole idea of like media gang like really came about. We talked to a couple of people that some people were saying like it's a revitalization of like the photo mob and everything. So kind of would like to hear your thoughts and perspective of like what we're trying to do, especially from like a tournament paintball photographer, videographer.
I mean, I
viewpoint.
think it's good, and I don't know how much like background stuff you have going on, but I think that paintball almost needs its own union. And if there's like a media union of like,
Oh,
hey,
man.
these are the standards that we're gonna set, but also you kind of need to be at the standards of like what people expect. So like I like honestly, I think the way that the NXL does media, I think there should be like a tier process of like, okay, you've been in the game for so long, here's your portfolio, here's your criteria, like you should be allowed here. If you haven't like met these things, then you shouldn't like be allowed in certain areas and stuff like that, if that makes sense. Because like I think paying your way, it's like, all right, cool. Is this Call of Duty? Not a good time. So I think what you guys are doing is awesome, and it makes it easier, I think, for paintball players ultimately to get photographers and give them an option, because I know the NXL offers stuff and whatnot, but ultimately this is like a business, so there's going to be competitors and all that stuff. And basically, you guys having a group, I don't know how everyone does everything, but someone may be willing to take a little bit less and stuff like that. And everything can be worked out amongst everybody, but everyone's essentially producing good quality that no one's not going to be happy with. So you give people options, and it's kind of like a one go-to spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's great. Instead of like having to go out and search for a bunch of videographers or photographers and this and that, you're like, okay, media gang, who's available at this event and who's shooting video, who's shooting photos. These are my options. Bang, bang, bang. Book.
Mm-hmm. And that definitely happened a lot in Vegas, where someone would message somebody and we can't take them, so we just post up in the groups and just blast out there, who can take this team, this is their budget, and then whoever was available for that budget for that time, that's
and I think it helps out people in media as well.
So
no, and that's what we're trying to do. We're bringing that camaraderie, like helping each other out, because like I mean, schedules get messed up. One field is starting early, another field is starting late. This other field is like late, but not as late as the other field. It kind of makes schedules a little tough. I will say, saying a media union, it's a little bit of a scary term. We've had somebody come up to us to ask us, is like, are you guys making a union? And so I don't want to say yes or no.
Somebody up here or
somebody way up. After Vegas, we rattled the cages with the whole Hawaiian shirt.
Oh no, that's gonna get brought up in every episode.
100% is gonna get brought up. It's the only event that happens, so it's not. I mean, we're gonna do like Tiger King and stuff for another one. We're gonna think about doing like a cowboy hat or cowboy shirt for Texas.
I was thinking ask the chats for Texas, but I figured that'd be too risque.
A little risque.
You just got to be a subtle rebel, like my last little part where I'm in the Vegas video.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so it's meant to help to give photographers a place so that it's easy to get a house. It's easy to find rides. You know what I mean? You're not relying. You don't have to pay for your own hotel room and your own car. And now it's crazy expensive and it doesn't make sense anymore.
That's the event aspect of it. I guess I was talking about like bigger.
Well, yeah, there's definitely more involved in like the bigger realm of it all.
But for events,
as for
that's amazing. Because it makes everything easier for everybody. Like you have less worries.
I think we all pay. I don't think we ever paid more than $150 for like 5 days of a house.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's fantastic. I pay more.
I mean, it was only 2
drive
houses,
down to MVPS.
but like still.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been 2 houses, but that's still, they're 2 houses that have enough rooms and beds for every single person to have their own bed.
Minus somebody to have that. Yeah, some people sharing beds, some people getting their own beds because Stretch is too tall and can't share a bed because his legs hang over on a queen size bed.
Yeah, I know, but that man also passes out anywhere and everywhere. Like I remember staying with him and the NXL media guys a few cups ago, and that man like laptop in his bed just knocked out. Like I woke him up. I was like, Stretch, man, like, you good? Do you want to like actually lay down? Like
AJ,
and he just laid back down. And he was good.
Listen, if you want to hear some stuff about someone passing out everywhere, we can talk about Rob in Vegas.
What were you doing, Rob?
We'll talk about that.
It was a long day. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Brad had to sleep somewhere, so I had to get up.
Nina like slapped Rob in the face to wake him up. She's like, "Hey, get up! This is Brad's bed."
It's the couch in the living room. It was good. It was a fun time though. It was a fun time. But yeah, dude. I mean, like, for the media gang, like, we wanted to be as open as possible, but with a little bit of restrictions. Like, when it comes to our house, like, we don't want anybody that's under 21. Like, it makes it awkward. Some people are drinking. Like,
yeah,
like if you get a drink or like something happens to you, we become responsible.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, like, we created like a Facebook group and whatnot, and invited a bunch of our media friends there that are those that are consistent. That's something that I want to stress. Like, these are the people that are like out of the 5 events, they're at least at 3.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
If not all.
Yeah, if not all. Figuring out flights, hotels, and all that good stuff, because you see like teams, like, they get that benefit, that cost benefit, because it's like they have their tribe, they have their own gang, they're a team. And that was something that I saw missing, especially coming from college, where I had to do that for Temple, is figure out how the hell we're going to get to the event and whatnot with the rental van and the organizing, like telling people what flight to get in the house and dealing with campus recreation and stuff. So like it was a very easy transition for me. And it was like, guys, like, there's no reason that the 13 of us have to be in like 7 different hotel rooms when it's just like house. And I've just made it a quarter of the price for everybody.
Yeah, everybody saves money.
Now it's Rob's job.
Yeah, that's my job. That's my job of the media gang. I am the official wallet/financial advisor of the media gang.
And dad, apparently, or is that Fava?
That's Fava. That's a hard Fava move. Fava move.
Stretch's uncle, Nina's mom, and Fava is dad.
Yeah, Jesus, it's a weird, messed up family, but it's fantastic. I can't get enough of it.
So I think that's it for for any questions we have.
Yeah, that's it for any questions. I mean, if you want to take this time to shout out any sponsors or sponsor, anybody that helps you get you where you are in life, now is the time. You don't have to say my name first, but I appreciate it.
You can definitely say my name first. I don't care what you say.
Like a shout out to the Killers paintball team. Obviously, give them a follow on YouTube, Killers Paintball, and on Instagram, Killers PB. That's the main team I follow. We got raw footage coming out literally every freaking Sunday. Like, quarantine pretty much didn't stop any of that. Even we went to a property.
You live in Florida. You live in the weirdest state possible. Get your state under control. Okay?
We're on lockdown. What are you on right now?
Been in lockdown.
I mean, I'm like antisocial for the most part, editing stuff at home and whatnot. So that's been it. But aside from paintball, so yeah, we got a lot of stuff going out on there. And then check out Top Shelf Loungewear. That's pretty much like the main sponsor, hooking it up with getting that media happening. And then if anybody is ever into vintage stuff like what I got back here, check out Original Gentleman on Instagram, or I guess original_gentleman. That's my personal page. So the more money I make from that, the more paintball content I can put out.
Big facts. I definitely buy vintage stuff from you. It's my favorite media shirt that I have. one of my 2 favorite media shirts because I had somebody design one for me. But it's that was such
the Goku and Jordan.
The Goku and Jordans. That was sweet.
AJ finds the good stuff.
He finds the good stuff. And then I had a Goku and Vegeta in Adidas gear, and I have something else in the works that we'll talk off air, but it's some heat. I'm waiting for my boy to finish it up. He did me a solid. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fucking sweet. I can't wait for it.
Hell yeah, nice.
So I'm gonna end it like on my end. We can end the stream and keep going if we want to. But I do want to thank everybody that watched the live stream, everyone that's going to listen to the podcast, everything. Make sure you follow everybody on Instagram, everything on Facebook, YouTube, all that will be in the notes when it gets uploaded. And I really appreciate everyone coming on.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.